Hello, my love. I hope that this finds you well. I'm thinking about you, as always. Good morning to you. I hope that you are refreshed. I hope that you had pleasant dreams last night. Ethereal dreams, whether you remember them or not. I hope today that you smile at someone, that you make eye contact and smile. That sort of ever so important human connection. I hope you are well. I'm thinking about you as always. I was thinking also about behavior change and keeping track of something until you no longer need to keep track of it. And in this, I have talked to you often about journaling or recording things or keeping track of things, and I do not know if I have explicitly differentiated. There are times or reasons to keep track of something, and that is itself useful. That is useful data for understanding certain things, problems, behavior, whatever. But sometimes it's good to keep track of something just to get you into the habit of doing something new or a new behavior. So if you want to try a new behavior, let's say you want to get, what would be a good example of this? An extremely mundane example. Let's say you wanted to end all of your phone calls by wishing someone the best. As silly as that may sound. So, you have a phone call with someone, and you can keep track on a little pad of paper whether you wished someone the best. If you, let's say you just generally want to end every conversation to let people know that you are actually wishing the best, you care about them. This is not something I did in my life, but now that I think about it, I wish that I had, because it would have been rather nice to have someone at the end of their call wish me the best. Because it would have forced me to actually think about them and their interests and their humanity. Whether it was a random salesperson on the call or someone who I had trouble with trying to get support, or whatever it may have been. Alas, it is too late for me to change that now. But the example of what I'm talking about here is, let's say you have a pad of paper or you use your device or whatever, and every time you get off a call, you mark down when you wished someone the best. And that way, it serves two purposes. One, you could see when you are actually doing it, so at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you could take out your little log and you could look and see how many times you did indeed wish someone the best, and you could of course correlate that with your phone records to see which ones you missed and when you did not wish someone the best. But the point of doing it is to keep track of it, to realize how much you are doing it or not doing it, and how much you need to change your behavior to keep doing it. But more importantly, as you do it, and as you see that you're doing it and doing it and doing it, and it has become part of your behavior, it has become consistent with your actions every time you are done on the phone, then you can stop keeping track, because it has served its purpose. It has gotten you to modify the behavior, to make the change that you wanted to change, to make the change that you wanted to make. So in that regard, I highly recommend keeping track of things when you are trying to force a change in your behavior, because it forces you to recognize when you are or are not doing the thing. But ultimately, when you see that you're doing it all the time, and when it becomes rote in your actions, then I recommend that you stop keeping track. Because again, there are different reasons to keep track of something. One may be for the data in terms of projects or plans or larger issues, but sometimes it's just to get you to see if you're doing the thing you want to do, and once it becomes rote, you can stop. It could become very easy, or at least for me, I should say, to feel like you should keep track of everything and to continue to keep track of everything. And it took me a while, not too long, but it took me a while to realize that that's simply not the case. It serves no purpose once the behavior has changed. I did not need to keep track of everything. So, I hope that makes sense. I don't know if my phone call example exactly fits the bill, but I think it works to an extent. And with that, I will wish you well and tell you that I love you and recommend again Man vs. Nature by Diane Cook. And just so, the writing is extremely sharp and well crafted and also extremely entertaining. But moving, it has depth to it too. And then, of course, Lekeli 47. Her music is a very fun ride, I shall say. And with that, I will bid you adieu.